It's truly amazing to think that 30 years ago, this day, well, maybe not this day, but 30 years ago, you get the point. When Mom and Dad started Young Living as a business partnership, Mother believed so much in Dad, and his vision soon became her vision, and they worked together to create what we have today. And that's all thanks to you as well. It was a humble beginning with little money and meager resources, and every single penny was pinched before it was spent. But the mission was magnificent, bordering on the ridiculous. Imagine essential oils in every home? Yeah.
Let's go! Woo! Mom and Dad worked so closely together, traveling everywhere and making decisions about the business they were building.
I remember Dad telling Mom that she was such a great business partner that he wondered if he should clone her so that he could have a wife and they would both laugh.
It was a huge undertaking in the beginning, and then when Dad started investigating the production of essential oils, his years of growing up on the ranch when farming was a way of life took on a new meaning.
His dream expanded into farming and growing aromatic plants. The very first farm in St. Mary's was just the beginning of a new way of educating and inviting members to be a part of the production. St. Mary's was the first in so many ways. The first farm, the first distillery, the first of so many setbacks, failures, and successes, or as my dad defined these, learning experiences. But also the first farm, the first step, and the first key to what you have now.
The St. Mary's Farm is also the place where Mom and Dad developed their business partnership, which unexpectedly blossomed their business partnership, into a connection and a marriage that eventually made both of our lives possible.
Mom and Dad were married in the fall of 1994. So the first convention took place in 1995 in Coeur d'Alene and at the St. Mary's Farm. Dad was so excited to have just 200 people attend and to have them at the farm to see his first stationary distillery that he built out of logs. As soon as they had established their new business in Utah, Dad went looking for land and found a farm in Mona that was used just for raising beef. Some people might think it was a bit risky to buy all that land, but Dad could only see the possibilities and the thousands and all of you who would come to visit.
Dad was always looking to the future. He started drawing plans for the Young Living headquarters back in 1994, but it wasn't until 2016 that he approved the plans for our new global headquarters and the ribbon cutting that took place in May of 2019.
Dad even drew the blueprints for the little log cabin outside the building. He wanted to replicate the log cabin he grew up in and show the dramatic contrast of how dreams can grow and turn into something perhaps bigger than we can ever envision.
Can you imagine his whole family living in that little one-room cabin without running water and electricity?
8 of them sharing one tub? That's some dirty water, let me tell you that. And Dad was last. He was the youngest, so you can imagine how gross it was by the time he got there. When I go inside and see those beds and the old stove, I don't really have words to describe my feelings. It affects me so much to see how far we've come, how far one man that had such a dream, such a vision, could accomplish it all.
That family had nothing outside of what they provided for themselves living in the mountains. And yet, I heard in many of Dad's presentations how he wanted something better than what he had growing up. But his idea of something better was building a life for himself in the wilderness of northern British Columbia. It's hard to comprehend that because of that accident, where he was told he would be confined to a wheelchair for life, he went down an unknown path in his determination to walk again, which took 13 years.
It is inspiring to me, as it should be to you, to see that contrast. And that all became possible because of the wonderful products he formulated for all of you. his knowledge of essential oils that he shared with the world and with all who would listen. And our fabulous, fabulous family, all of you, who believed in his mission and helped take his message to the world. Product quality is one of our foremost importance here at Young Living. Dad traveled many times to different places in the world, and specifically to Europe, to attend classes and seminars on essential oils with chemistry and analysis. His passion for learning was so infectious that he even invited you to attend a week-long course at the university in Eskişehir, Turkey, where he was teaching essential oil chemistry and application.
After all that studying and being trained to analyze the oil chemistry, Dad bought his first GC, which was the beginning of Young Living's laboratory.
Everything started small. Everything started from a seed that was planted, and now Young Living has one of the most sophisticated laboratories in the world.
One of my favorite convention openers was for the 2002 convention, creating something to believe in. The convention opened with a story similar to Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark, but this was Indiana Young and the elixir of life. The elixir was Nature Red.
And believe it or not, Kelly Case, one of our own, was actually in the audience preventing the ball from rolling off the trolley if that were to ever happen. The products were catching on, and Young Living began to expand internationally. Japan and Australia were the first two markets to officially open.
Woo!
Today, it's gone a lot bigger. You guys don't seem to slow down anytime. Young Living operates in more than 70 countries, regions, and territories, and we have you attending from 49 of those, as you saw from this morning's flag procession.
In 2002, Dad bought another farm in Provence, France, very near to where he learned the art of distillation from master distillers Henri Viau and Marcel Espiau. The farm was also near the home of Jean-Noël and Jane Landel, who became very close friends with Dad. Jean-Noël was Dad's business partner for almost 30 years, and although now retired, his son Nicholas, who we lovingly call the Lavender Prince, is not only the farm manager, but also part of the Young Living sourcing team and is the director over farms and EMEA.
In 2006, Young Living acquired another farm near Guayaquil, Ecuador, on the outskirts of a little town called Chongqing. Finca Botanica is one of my favorite farms because so much of our childhood was spent there, from riding four-wheelers and operating excavators and doing so many fun things that your parents would never want your little children to do. But Dad embraced that, and we loved it so much, we were just told, please don't tell Mom, and boy, did we tell Mom.
Yeah, we did. Yeah,
Yep.
we did. Yeah, for sure.
Our friends were the children of the farm employees, and our friends were those that went to school with us at the Young Living Academy, and because of them, we learned Spanish pretty quickly.
Yeah, we have to talk about Young Living Academy because I'm telling you, most everyone knows the story of the cinder block building that had holes in the walls as windows, no water, and no electricity, and every time a car drove past, this little building became engulfed in a cloud of dust. When Dad learned it was a school, he wanted to help, and so he purchased a large piece of ground across the street and down the road a bit and built the students a wonderful new school. Whew, okay. So hard. It is so rewarding to see the D. Gary Young Young Living Foundation expand its mission around the world.
The Academy was built because we were living there, and Dad wanted to help the community. He wants to help wherever he goes. He loved the farming and the discovery of new plants, but he wanted to produce oils in other places to increase our own supply of oils. 10 years ago, he built the Highland Flats Tree Farm and Distillery so that he wouldn't have to haul wood chips to St. Mary's Distillery, which was a 125-mile trip that was often extremely dangerous because of winter conditions. If you have ever had the opportunity to sit passenger while my dad drives 4 long, massive trailers on a 1-lane road on the backcountries of the Benawa area, let me tell you, it's a great and terrifying experience all at the exact same time, especially when you look off to your right and it's a 1,000-foot drop. In the summer of 2014, Dad started building the Northern Lights Farm and Distillery in Fort Nelson, British Columbia. He was so determined to supply Young Living with black spruce that he worked through the harsh winter months and fired the boiler the following March.
I remember when we all went to Croatia for a seminar Dad was teaching, but he had more ideas and started looking for a farmer to partner with for the production of helichrysum. He bought, yeah, I hear you. He bought a building and built this distillery inside that was completed in an amazing 19 days.
I swear it's an unofficial Guinness World Record.
Yeah, we gotta check that out. That facility has now become an important warehouse and fulfillment center for our members in Europe.
My favorite and personal of all the farms that we have is, of course, the Skyrider Ranch, which many of you have been able to visit. In 2014, Dad acquired the Skyrider Wilderness Ranch with the intent that it would be his retreat to get away from his busy life. But he loved it so much and he wanted to share it with all of you. It has since become an important place for employee trainings, member events, a place for our family to escape and take employee snowmobiling, and of course, his final resting place.
We have so many wonderful memories at the ranch with Dad. It's his final resting place, like Jacob said, and we welcome all of you who would like to come and visit and enjoy the beauty and peacefulness of the mountains, which Dad loved so much.
And speaking of Skyrider Ranch, I heard that the foundation might have a retreat that all of you could possibly win, where I will take you on a snowmobiling trip.
Whoa! Woo!
Our newest farm, which I was happy to go to because I love Japan, is of course in Okinawa, Japan. Kate and I had the privilege to go to Diamond Retreat and share in that excitement with all of you. We are so happy to have a Young Living farm in Asia that is closer for our brand partners to visit who live in that part of the world. I know some of you travel many, many miles for many, many hours to get here, so thank you so much.
Thank you. Mom did a 5-country tour after the convention in Singapore, and I was lucky to be there. I love our members in that part of the world. They are so dedicated, and we shared a lot of fun and laughter with them.
What is so inspiring to me is looking back at our past, but it is just as important to look for the future. We produce the best products in the world and have beautiful working farms and distilleries because of all of you.
Yeah, give yourselves a round of applause. However, you, our brand partners, are the most important part of our business because you are the ones who carry our message to the world. Young Living would not be here if it weren't for all of you, for whom we are so grateful for.
Today, Joseph and I, along with the rest of the Young Living family, are honored to welcome you to Young Living's 2024 International Grand Convention and our 30th anniversary celebration.
Woo-hoo-hoo!
With that, we open up to general session. Please welcome back Miss Mary Young and Kate Young.
Woo! La Reina!
That I've ever been lifted before. So keep it up, quench my desire, and I'll be at your side forevermore.
Hold on, give me a second. This is getting really hot. Woo.
You're gonna undress on stage? You're gonna take it off on stage?
It looks so cool.
Don't look.
Well, we'll give him a sec. Yeah. Yeah, just
Yeah,
stay there.
Dad used to say that when he was jousting with all that armor on, it was like 120 degrees inside
Yeah,
his gear.
he'd sweat about 15 to 20 pounds of water weight off too, so.
Yeah, that too. So you've been having a lot of fun reminiscing about the past and memories that you have had growing up with Young Living. It's like an adventure that never ends.
Well, of course it never ends. You're absolutely right about that.
But now we're making new memories.
I'm anxious to share all the excitement around this new convention blend. Besides, what is this mission impossible that has been driving you, Joseph? Why is it so secretive?
It obviously wasn't successful because you forgot the oil, so.
I think I left it at home
Oh, well.
by the bed.
You sure you didn't leave it in the room? Because.
No, I don't know, to be honest. Yeah.
Joseph.
Oh my! You did it! Where did you find it? How do you do it?
Mom completed the mission.
It's a secret.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
I picked it up where you left it.
Isn't she the best mom ever? I have no idea what I would do without her and Kelly. I mean, they saved me so many times, and Tinkerbell. I mean, Nicole. Sorry. I wanted to take everyone back to a time when convention openers were unpredictable, kept people guessing in anticipation, filled laughter and excitement. So I've been keeping it under the wraps, but now it's time to share my secret with everyone.
We have always had an oil blend as part of our convention theme. As the convention is such an important milestone for us, we wanted a blend that was connected to our legacy, that arrived with special protection. Joseph?
Sorry. Sorry.
We are blessed to have scientists and researchers working with us who are deeply connected to our story and who understand who we are. Rex Kidman, who many of you know, yeah, he deserves that.
We love you, Rex. I have no idea where you are, but we love you.
He has worked in our labs for 30 years. Gary taught Rex all the intricacies of how to blend oils, the Gary way. And the two of them worked side by side in the lab for many years. Rex likes to experiment, and he loves being in the lab because he says he feels like Gary is watching over his shoulder, and I don't doubt it. I suppose you could say that Rex has the same problem I have. That is, if feeling Gary's presence is a problem. Rex came to me a few months ago with an idea for a blend that came to him when he was in the lab thinking about our blend for this convention. He combined 3 of Gary's favorite blends and experimented with the ratios until he got it just right. And what he brought to me was breathtaking. It had such an intoxicating fragrance, as Gary would say.
The first of the 3 blends is Valor. Many of you may be unfamiliar with the story of Dad using Valor before defending himself in court. The night before, he bathed in Valor and then practically drenched himself with it the next morning. In the courtroom, he sat alone at his end of the table, facing a string of attorneys. As Dad tells the story, they couldn't ruffle him, unnerve him, take him off his path, or confuse him, and he won his case. It was a glorious victory for him, and since then, he never went a day without Valor, which he formulated very early in 1990.
The second of the 3 blends is Highest Potential. This blend was formulated by Gary to help people go beyond what they thought they could achieve. The combination of oils uplifts and opens the mind to greater possibilities, helping you to reach beyond what you thought was possible and achieve your highest potential. Highest Potential was formulated in 2003, after which Gary used this blend daily.
The third blend is a favorite of mine and one that I wear daily, which is Shootron, which was formulated by Dad in 2010 after his many experiences and wild times in Arabia learning about frankincense, which inspired him to write the novel, The One Gift, in which Shootron is the main character the powerful caravan commander. If you haven't read it, you're missing out on a great adventure. The one gift is based on legends of ancient Arabia. The story of Shutran is about a man with an unbreakable spirit, committed in his resolve, dedicated to his family, and with a deep belief in God. If you want insight into the mind and spirit of Dad, please read The One Gift.
Legacy 30 can elevate every aspect of those who use it. Many people will feel empowered to speak their truth, feel protected, feel an inner strength that overrides their fears, and help them step into their true knowledge and wisdom. Some will feel more confidence and more credibility, more creativity, with the ability to communicate and begin their own emotional healing. Others will feel like they are going into a new dimension beyond what they know. It's like taking your mind from the ground floor to the highest pinnacle of the mountain to bring about a spiritual awakening in a soul-connecting way. It will see you through the dense and limiting clouds of uncertainty and anxiety. The fragrance, this aroma, is to create a global blending of all people who join in love, compassion, and a desire to do good in the world, to move through whatever is blocking them from being in a new phase of life. How you see your health, see your emotions, and how you walk your journey in life. It is fun for us to introduce this blend together as it reminds us so much of Dad, of Gary. I am so grateful to have Jacob and Kate and Joseph with me to be able to work together as we carry on with our mission. Thank you so much for welcoming everyone and sharing some of our amazing history. We've had great memories to share, and now we're going to make new memories as we celebrate forward with the excitement of this convention. I love you immensely. Thank you again for being here with me.
Family.
Te amo.